God created you to be a saint. Consequently, the greatest tragedy that can befall you is not to be a saint. Are you among those who are making little or no effort in seeking sanctity? Look round about you. How many are seeking sanctity? Most of us are almost ashamed to speak of it. Few of us ever try to achieve it. Somewhere along the road of man's history, we have lost sight of our ultimate goal and have been absorbed in many things of the world, none of which has to do with sanctity. For some reason or other, we have become confused over sanctity. We seem to associate it with drabness, suppressions, quirks, something that does not belong to this century of science, space, fresh air, sunbathing, worship of the body beautiful, comforts, and health. And since everything pertaining to God is simple, so must be sanctity. Simplicity is the essence of love, and sanctity is but love fully, utterly, completely lived. One who is a saint must of necessity be filled with joy. Saints cannot be sad, for they are in love with love itself. There can be no gloominess in sanctity, nor is it sissified. A saint's life is rooted in God, and anyone who makes his or her life a constant date with the divine lover, Jesus Christ, lives a glorious adventure that spans heaven and earth. If you are a saint, you will have no fears. How could you? Your heart will rest beside the Sacred Heart of Jesus. You will then know the quality of his mercy, and so walk in hope, in love, and in faith. Everything will then come together for you, and all things that you will use will prove your love for him and his love for you. You were created to be a saint, to enjoy seeing God face to face forever. To enter into heaven, we must be saints, either now or later through much suffering and pain in purgatory. Why delay? Why not start now? You have been created to love your neighbor, and through him, God. Therefore, sanctity does not imply only fasting and only penance. It means that we must love much. For loving is fun, loving is joy, it is peace. Loving means serving. It means forgetting self for others. If you love God and your neighbor, all the rest will be added unto you. How we need saints today. If St. Francis of Assisi had an atomic bomb, would anyone worry about it? No, because being a saint, he loved much. And where love is, there cannot be fear or evil. We are very fearful in these days. There are terrible instruments of destruction in our time. The A-bomb, the H-bomb are but a few of these instruments. There is also communism, cold and hot wars. There is little rest anywhere for our heads, our hearts, or our souls. Vainly we seek answers in armaments, in treaties, in tightening laws, knowing even while we do all this that we are shadowboxing because there is nothing we can do to prevent the annihilation from the weapons our own brains have invented. Nothing can save us except sanctity. We need saints today, not just a few, but hundreds, thousands, millions of saints. The world's bombs, the world's hates, and the world's fears would vanish like mist in the sun before saints, before men and women in love with God.